Tread lightly, she is near. She is near under the snow. Speak gently, she can hear the daisies grow.
All her bright golden hair tarnished with rust, she that was young and fair fallen to dust.
Lily like white as snow, she hardly knew she was a woman, so sweetly she grew. Coffin boat heavy stone lie on her breast. I vex my heart alone. She is at rest. Peace, peace, she cannot hear. Lie our sonnet.
All my life buried here, heapeth upon it.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today we will cast for you show match between Fantom and Drakonin. We will present you with the new template, Empty Nebula, which is developed Empty Andromeda. And together with me, there will be our new commentator, Crackbrained from Germany. Hello, Crack.
Hello, guten Tag.
And CragHack from Poland, who will join us very soon. Do we have already perspective from the players? Oh, very good.
Do we?
So, Crack, do you trade for the red color on Andromeda or always? Oh.
I think that's trading for blues. Let's be real, fairly silly. I get the idea behind it. Oh yeah, it's a control long template. You want full mana when you're attacked, and you want hero pick and all that stuff. But considering that Andromeda is a really fast template, I go for red. Like, I value color more tempo heavy the template is.
What do you think about argument with income from towns?
I mean,
Like in the control phase, the blue color will get full income and the red color will not get the income from lost castles.
Yeah, it's a reasonable argument, but I still think it's like for that to matter, you have to get to the control stage, right? Where you actually start controlling towns, taking several towns per turn, and so on. And in a more realistic view, that most of the time just doesn't happen because you have this thing where one person will get a tempo spike over the other, and in that turn, the game will flip over, right? Like you attack, you kill 5 support heroes, game done, over, no comeback. Like that's what happens fairly often, I'd say. And in those situations, you obviously want to be the one who starts the aggression, right? So you want to be ahead, which will usually be the red player, unless blue starts out-tempoing the red player through gameplay at that point.
And how high would you trade?
I wouldn't even go too high, maybe 1,000 or so. Like I said, there are still arguments going for blue, but I go to around 1,000. The template is fairly rich, so you don't suffer too much from losing the gold. You don't need to buy out full army day one most of the time either, because you have fairly easy fights. It's not like on HVDM1 where you have to go through big guards early on.
And CragHack, I think I interrupted you.
No, I just wanted to add that we saw this thing that particularly the attack from Stygian versus Krzysztof, it totally destroyed not only the plan, not only a couple of towns of income, but also the psychological aspect of the game, and the opponent made very simple mistakes that costed him the game, even though he had options, to continue to some extent after such an attack.
So we all agree that if first attack brings very big impact to the game, then the red color is the right pick.
Yeah, I would just say that. It's not only about the attack, right? You have, for example, things where you contest a zone, right? I go into treasure zone and you come from the other side into the same treasure zone. I'm on an angel, you're on an angel. But if you get the town before me, you can get other heroes there, you can get me out of that zone, get me out, and then claim the zone for yourself and protect it from my attacks. And there half the day will often decide.
There is interesting point in the chat that you can trade higher for the factions which has reached starting zones.
That's true. It depends on the faction. You also want to pay attention, obviously, to the heroes, right? If you have a very, if your bans lead to a fairly balanced matchup, right, where you have two heroes which are pretty much the same, then you can also trade higher because the hero also impacts, right? So you will get the first pick as blue.
There is one more interesting thing I forgot to mention.
I would potentially totally agree that I would bid higher for color, playing Cove versus playing Necro, for example, because the ease with which you will make some gold at the start of the game, it will bring us some value in here.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on how much gold you will need for your start, right? Like some factions depend more on the buying out of army. Good example was that Cove. Cove literally needs nothing, right? Cove is ready to go. Cove can take brick crypts without spending much gold, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and Cove is very cheap day one, except you are ready for big fights. You also don't need to spend a lot.
Yeah, and then you have like Inferno where you upgrade your Gogs if you do that, and you're broke.
Yeah. One more thing to mention. Fantom is in the middle of his 10 days challenge. The challenge is to go from 0 points to 1000. This game could be make or break for his challenge, or at least it should bear big impact.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's mirrors. I'm not sure if they nerfed mirrors because I'm not playing much recently, like point-wise. But if they didn't, you still get like, what, 50, 40 points for a win? Or lose that?
It was a little bit lowered, this K factor for calculating points, but I think it is still something between 30 to 40 points we should expect.
So yeah, for this challenge it's important. But who cares about a challenge if it's about a win in a show match, right? That's what it's about.
So we have Fortress. We will have
Fortress.
classic Alkin Tazar,
But
I think.
in Fortress, you buy red, and because you have this disgusting ban option where you can ban tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 hero, or tier 1, tier 2, and tier 4 heroes, like you ban Drakonin, Wisdom, and Brawn. And then you fairly often, if you roll to the Beastmaster, blue has callback. And then you enjoy no lizard gaming. It's horrible.
This was one of the points, and Korpak was excluded in this version.
Oh, he's excluded. Okay, interesting.
Korpak and Fiona were banned in the process.
But wait, can you? I guess then every Beastmaster becomes a instant reroller. Huh? That's good to know. Like I know that from Mirrors that if you play H3DM1 and then you go ahead and you ban those heroes, you get callback for the opponent. Like you see Brockelt in your tavern, the opponent doesn't write he has Bronn, and the game's pretty much over unless you mess up in a very big way.
Yeah, at least you have information that your opponent is already in troubles.
Yeah. So, what do we get here? 30 for color, Drakon, Wisdom, Andra. I'm not sure why anyone would ever start Andra here, but alright.
Yeah, it's just...
I guess it's a decent hero to have out. Just to ban someone.
Yeah, but
So this probably leads to the usual Alkin Tazar matchup.
Alkin Tazar is for sure, and then you are just make sure that Andra is not the first hero in tavern for your opponent.
Yeah, pretty much. And then you pray as Alkin that the opponent's Tazar will not become Alkin himself.
Yeah, exactly. Tazar is a high roll, which often turns out to be not really a high roll.
Yeah, it's pretty much you flip the coin and either it works or it doesn't. But hey, you're playing heroes, right? If you are not willing to take risks, why bother playing heroes?
What is the best second slot for secondary skill for Tazar, in your opinion?
I'd say it's situational. If you have some tempo-heavy stuff to do, like you have an easy hive, right? You have hive behind pit fiends. You want offense, so you can take that hive week 1 early on and start tempoing. If you have nothing to do on your map, or the roads are long, or whatever, logger, earth, the usual, right? It depends on situations.
I was discussing on some occasion the choice offense versus earth magic. What would be better on second slot?
Situational. But
yeah, very situational. It's in many cases offense will provide better options.
Right, especially if you have something to do, right? If you know you have an object in sight that you want to do early, like you have size 2 Consa that you want to take week 1, or you have a hive, then you go for the offense. Otherwise, you would go earth, because in the long term, you don't need offense for Tazar to be a good hero. But you need earth, because without earth, the hero, let's be real, you get TP, you don't have earth, hero can go into the garbage, not playable, bye, out.
do you think it's feasible to take size 2 Consa week 1?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, I've done it fairly often. I've seen it done fairly often against me. It's nothing impossible. I mean, obviously it needs setup, right? You need a leveled hero, you need stats, all that. Oh, and there's one of the biggest Consa takers there is Intius. If you get Intius, Expert Fire, Curse, Consas are no problem anymore. Not sure. It was Fantom who had them, right?
But still, our 2 wyverns have to kill this Consa, yes?
No, it's not the Byron's killing it. It's the Node and the Lizard Warriors killing it. Then maybe some cows to tank, that stuff. But as I said, you need the leveled hero. Like level 5 Alchem's meat already gets reasonable.
And what do you think about Bronze Start with 6 Basilisk?
Bronze Start. I mean, it's 6 Basilisk is pretty strong, especially if you get the Basilisk dwelling. That gets disgusting. Like, it's a tier 4. It's not a great tier 4 unit, but it is a tier 4 unit, right? So, you obviously don't want Bronn as a hero. You want his army, and I think that it's a decent trade-off if you get a good roll of Basilisks. I can get behind that. But it gets you a bit out of your box, right? Like, it's not a unit most are used to using as power stack. Like, you still have to use the tier 4 unit, which is not as tanky as Wyverns or as damaging as the Gnolls, to do stuff and to not die. Like, they will bleed if you're not careful.
Yeah, you are splitting the damage between many units, and basilisks are likely to be focused at some point. It's easy to lose them.
Yeah, that's the thing. Especially because like they are 2 hex, they are slow, so it can really easily happen that you get stuck between terrain, you can't properly put them away, all that stuff.
In the meantime, hello all, hello to the chat, hello JMO, hello Dio 3241, hello Cruzen.
So we have Fantom, an interesting fight there on elementals against imps. Using the Fluxmeat as some split. I mean, I can get behind that. It's an interesting idea for sure. And why not? Considering you're playing the swamp and your starting zone's fairly big, it's likely you will not be using the Fluxmeat for anything big. So split it off, bleed it, why not? You can't check out Tezarde 1, which is not great. You would have loved to get the stone to see what you level into, but dream scenario. So far, I think Phantom Start doesn't look too great. As red, I would probably not like this map. It looks very long roads. The roads look fairly inconvenient as well.
If you think about the game, that the short game will promote Phantom probably over Drakonin, which prefers late game scenario, then I agree that it's not good for Phantom.
I'm also talking about colors, right? Red wants the short game and blue wants the long game. Most of the time, at least.
Yeah, of course. It's
that's what you're paying for, pretty much. And then most of your advantages as reds start falling off the later you go, and blue starts getting the advantages we discussed before, right? With the gold income from towns and the mana that you regen and so on.
Yeah, so the mana you pay is mostly for one turn advantage. And how much is one turn advantage? The later the game lasts,
it gets worse and worse. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so Phantom will get some gold piles behind these halberdiers. He set up Tazar for turn 2 in good position. I would say he will be able to open the zone at least.
Oh, this fight doesn't. It looks like this fight looks so tough. Actually, like, you have to fight so hard against a handful of halberdiers. That's really sad. I guess that's the downside of Braun, right? Like, you have this basilisk stack, which is kind of cool and all, but you have 12 lizards, and that's really bad.
Yeah, the Fortress army is not so strong.
Honestly, Fortress
without stats.
I think Fortress army is very strong. Like, nodes are amazing, and lizards are amazing too, but not if you have 12.
Yeah, and Gnolls, once you are out of the swamp, are very slow.
That's a downside, of course, but by the time you're out of the swamp, you want to have Wyverns as tanks.
Mm-hmm.
If you just compare them with other tier 1 units, which aren't like... Obviously, you have like Oceanids and Centaur Captains, which are just incredibly powerful, but compared to the normal tier 1 units, like Goblins or Imps, nodes are amazing. Like 2 to 3 damage, 6 HP, high stats, very strong unit. And well, Lizards are amazing too. So, Fortress Army is good. And Fortress Army can deal very well with range guards, probably the best faction against range guards.
So, but you are talking about scenario where you are using tier 3, the Wasps.
Yeah, of course. About the... I mean, Wyverns are good against range units. Against low value of range units, you will just use Wyverns alone, for example. Against high value, you will have to use Dragonflies. But, you have this thing where you still can fight very obnoxious guards without bleeding too much army.
Hello, Dadalus. Hello, Maciej. Worship, please invite Fantom for interview afterward. This is the plan. Actually, Fantom was asking about few words about game himself, so he's very excited. Even though, as he says, his London is not so good. Okay, and we can see that the conflux zone is probably to the right, if I saw this right.
It would seem so, yes.
Okay, Fantom plus Drakonin 111.
Reasonable. Even though I'm not sure why he plussed. I guess because there's good gold. Bron again. I mean, he will keep getting Bron as long as Red gets brockled. So
I think it could be also the reason that he wasn't entirely happy with the play he made. I'm not sure about the script there, so this could also have been a factor here.
I mean, considering that Corbeck got removed, as mentioned previously, you will always get Bron as long as it's brockled, right? If you get the Beastmaster, you have to get Bron. So we have that grass on up there, okay. Again, very long roads. Thunar is a great hero to have. Like, if you have Fury, you know it's very likely that the other one has one of these states guys. But blue at least gets a free Ballista. I think many people undervalue how good the Ballista at the start is from a hero for free. It can tank so much.
Yeah, of course. And I fully understand the argument that basically, if you get a hero without army, it should come also without machine.
War machines, yeah. I mean, I don't care about the tent, if I'm honest. Like, tent is whatever, but the Ballista is huge. Not
Ballista or cannon, yeah.
Okay, let's not talk about cannons because that thing is just ridiculous. Like, cannon is just so incredibly unfairly strong.
Rito Sax is calling it Free Titan.
It's not a free Titan, but
Yeah,
because a Titan can do more, obviously, at least early on, but it's still very strong. Like, you go on a random warrior and the ballista and the cannon starts doing 30-40 HP in the early game. That's huge.
Hello, Scarnation. Hello, Kaiden. Scarnation. The parallel view will be launched from time to time once we are in the simultaneous turns, especially during restart phase. Later on, we will use it less. The template is developed empty Andromeda, so there are a few changes done to the template, and after a few iterations of these changes, the name is changed to empty Nebula. But basically, this is not a new template, this is just a developed old template.
That's a lot of morals for blue in the crypt. Of all the morals, it would have been a fairly unpleasant crypt. Oh, 1 second, my phone is ringing. I'll have to mute myself for a bit.
In general, the crypts with Fortress, they are not hard, but especially the big crypts sometimes are getting some problems, are causing some problems. Like the Tazar fight we see like now, the vampire didn't die instantly, and now it's making problems. So we are losing army, and this already is starting to feel like a restart from Fantom. He's not happy with his performance in crypt. Nakroad Phantom speaking English will be the best part of the show. I hope not. Drakonin is already thinking what to do next on the map. He doesn't have any restart, so he must respect the will of Fantom. It doesn't look so bad, so I think he lost just few gnolls. But certainly he didn't plan to fight like this. The vampire took... oh, okay, he lost 2 lizards. So the advantage of having Brock killed is already partly gone, and it's 1-1-1. Okay, so we are out of restarts. The odds for the game are 70-something% or even 80% for Drakonin. Fantom started to play HTM3 and he's pretty good at it actually. And Nebula is also mirror template but faster. So if you get map with super high tempo, super fast map, then I think Fantom can make really good result.
Very well. I have returned. Sorry about that.
So you didn't lose much. Fantom had problems in Crypt and he restarted the map afterwards. He lost 2
Really?
lizards. Yeah. Yeah, he put himself in this position where one vampire stayed alive and he was chasing the lizard.
Okay.
Afterwards, it meant some losses and he restarted. And now we will have scenario with double hero.
Double hero. Oh, that's cool. Oh, 4 bezels only. That's not cool though. 3 bezel. Oi! Oh, ow!
So-
My eyes.
Already problems from Drakonin. He didn't expect this much damage on Alkin, I think.
But you have to expect, like, it's that. That's what we talked before, right? You have Basilisk are not very tanky, right? They're tier 4 units, not Wyverns with 70 HP and high defense.
It's very easy to overestimate them.
Yeah, especially on level 1 hero, I guess.
Okay.
So red is without upgrade. Oh, that's interesting though. Cow dwelling and the consa and the hive. I mean, the hive is not actually that difficult. You just need dragonflies. There's a lot of potential tempo here if you level up your hero. Oh, and the basilisk dwelling too. There's so much army.
I'm always a little bit confused with these consas so deep in swamp. It's like you need some good plan to take it out on 1-to-1.
You want
I mean-
not a plan. You don't need a plan. You need a pathfinding hero. You don't.
Yeah, because obviously you don't want to finish 1-to-1 in the consa. You want to
obviously.
split the angels.
Yeah, and that looks like 6 heroes. You need to drag it out. Pathfinding or you don't.
So pathfinding is the one of the things you would like to get on this map week 1
I mean,
for
both
one of the side heroes, of course.
Yeah, of course. Pathfinding, yeah, sure, why not? Like, you would want like one of the pathfinding heroes, most likely. I mean, Quebec doesn't exist, but if you get like, is Lena still in it? If Lena's here, you would be always happy to see her.
Lina is banned, I think, both in Andromeda and in HDM3. You will not see Lina.
Yeah. That's Ancient Vienna, okay, and Andromeda as well. But I guess if you get Cox, you're happy to see him too. They have so many
Is that-
nulls.
There's a question from chat. What do you think about the rule if you get non-standard army hero? Even if he's not banned, then it's technical restart.
I mean, it's reasonable because it goes against the whole idea of mirror, right?
But they did it already in Salt Fresh mode. So they just implemented a rule to the game that you will never get as on the second slot in Tavern army with non-standard troops. So you will never get Ignatius when you play Necro, for example.
Is it?
And on the
What?
first slot you will never get Striker.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, here you don't get it either. You will never get Straker, or you don't get those heroes which have full different army, right? You only get those with one different stack.
Yeah, the tier 2 and tier 3 are banned by
No, here
by
tier
design
2 and
in mirrors.
tier 2 and tier 1 are banned. Tier
Yeah,
3 and
and
tier 4 aren't. Even though
tier-
yes, you have only one tier 4 guy.
Okay. Tier 4 is we have Braun and we have Ilor.
Oh yeah, Elor, yeah, those two are not banned by design. They will only come with less priority, right? They only come if the game has no one else to give. That's how it's done here, right? So you only get Braun here because there's no other Beastmaster that the game could give you. You have Alkan and you have Tazar. they're in the game. Then you have Brockelt, who always goes to red, because red gets his hero first. And then you're done, right? Then you have no one left to give. That's why you get Bron. That's the only reason you get him here.
Hi Gumiś, hi Mrozunio, hi Vnukos, hi No Risk No Fun. Would you take in this particular map pathfinding on level 2 on Tazar?
No. I mean, unless I have to.
No, level 3 in this case.
I mean, level 2, never. Level 3 depends on what you're offered instead of it, right?
Mm-hmm. So this one Consa which is dict is not good enough argument to waste the slot on potentially main hero.
No, I don't think so. I mean, sure, there's the thing that you can have a lot of stuff to do at the top, right? You can go up, do churchyard, get cows, do hive, all that stuff, right? But for that, and then you already want to get out, and I think that those objects up there are something you can do earlier. Like you can then do them like day 4 maybe, depending on how your chains are set up and stuff. I just realized Red started with 4 heroes here.
Yeah, does it look very optimistic?
It looks very bad for Red, honestly speaking. Like 4 heroes is not all. Oh, lizards. Imagine those are not lizards, but like marksmen. You always lose one hero. That was a very that morale scared me for a bit here on Tom's side. It's always. Okay, why did he give the snake though? I don't understand.
What was the guardian to the churchyard on the starting zone above the town?
I think it was like troglodytes. I guess maybe they both don't know how to do a churchyard. Like it's a bit abusey, right? Like you need this whole setup where you kite on the snake. Maybe they don't know how to do it.
It's. I think it got quite popular over the time because,
yeah,
from my point of view, it's just a simple boost for Fortress start.
Yeah, of course. It's a churchyard, right? Churchyards are very strong objects if you can do them. It's a lot of gold. I'm looking at this again. Wow, the freaking lizard tanking these dwarves.
Yeah.
Like, I guess that's what you get if you have a freaking tier 2 unit with defense stats of tier 4 units, right? Or tier 3 rather.
Yeah, it's a very different feeling to playing castle with archers.
I mean, I think at this discussion was like lizards have 9 defense. It's just silly that they have so much. But yeah. What I don't like here is that he's setting up Tazar to expand. I really don't think that play. In my opinion, it's correct to send Tazar up to the churchyard, to the cow dwelling, to the hive, all that stuff. I mean, even if you don't get a good skill on him, he can still take hives. That's what his job is, right? He's a beastmaster. If there's a thing a beastmaster can do, it's a hive. And as I said, the hive shouldn't be too hard. I mean, Grand Elves, yeah, sure, but you can get Dragonflies, your fortress. And then Grand Elves become a joke. But maybe their plan is more about expanding first and then going for objects like with the week 2 spike. I mean, playstyles differ.
Well, I think the usual play on Andromeda is you need to get as much information as possible about the surrounding zones, because probably you will see a lot of targets. So to make a good plan for this, you need this information.
But here's the point, right? If you can get information and still set up for objects, right? And if you do the objects now, you don't have to do them within your tempo spike later on. Like oh yeah, sure, I can do everything. I can do many things with my week 2 spike, where I get my full 1-to-1 army and whatnot. But it makes it a lot easier on you if you get your 4 or 6 Wyverns now, or morale, and then you have less to do on the upcoming weeks, and it makes the plays until then easier too, right?
Yeah, in general, a little bit slower tempo with expansion, but to acquire some objects first, it's usually better.
I just see missed potential here, to be honest. Like, it's up there, right? It's asking to be. Like the objects are there, they ask to be taken, and oh yeah, ignore. Just send the hero somewhere else.
Hello Magnus, Empty Nebula is developed Empty Andromeda, so it's mirror template XL plus U on fast roads. So the feel of the template is very dynamic, very fast template, and mirrored one possibly something that Fantom could perform well if the map guarantees a lot of cool objects. So, and we will have in this game Archer Retazar. Not the best, could be worse, but could be also better.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So it works. But it's obviously worse than Alken. At least for now.
Yeah, these gnolls on Alkin are so strong.
Yeah, but on the other hand, you have like 25 lizards, so. Or 23, I think, right? So you don't mind the. Oh, no, wait. No, Tazar has 25. So Tazar doesn't mind Archer with 25 lizards, it's good damage too.
So, time to buy some heroes for Fantom. He farmed some gold, 6k in bank, but the army is already moved.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he doesn't do anything with the heroes now, does he? Like, his army's already in the middle of nowhere, stuck, looking for the town.
He acquired the gold, but this is basically end of turn. He can just think about setup for next.
Yeah, I think Drakonin does it better. He cleared out the way, and he's getting the army out. It looks a lot cleaner here. Like, he's not ending his turn doing nothing.
Yeah, it's every time you just move the heroes without making any actions, it feels like a bit of waste.
Yeah. Oh, I think Drakonin might be going up, actually. Like, he got his army back, putting Alken into the town.
It makes sense to take
like
this church art. Why not?
He got cut buff out, and he. Actually, I'm not sure. If you go for the church, you don't bring basilisks, do you? Like, they make it very.
No. It's just making it worse, yeah. But if he doesn't know this way of kiting,
then he will not have a good time. I guess he has 60 nulls. Like, you see. Actually, I think the best play is you have Cutbuff standing next to the churchyard, and Alken next turn does the churchyard with. Like, you want to level up Alken, so Alken is ready for the objects, right? So maybe Drakonin is just doing what I think is the correct play here. It's Alken sits in the town now, you buy flies, next day you get dragonflies, go for the churchyard and Alken, and you're prepared to take on the hive. And the cow dwelling, all that stuff.
Oh, like this. This sounds really cool.
Because then you're pretty much. You have this spike. You can do it on most stuff, right? You have a cow dwelling as meat, so even a big hive is no problem. If you level up Alken, he will probably even do a maxi here. 60 will not be a problem at all, especially with the double army.
I think 60 is the best case scenario.
Yeah, because you don't bleed out. Look, he even has Stick ready, and I think Stick might even grab the cow dwelling. Or check the con. Oh, I guess he could check the concert to know if it's even worth setting up for it later. Because Swamp concerts have this thing sometimes where you set up a long, elaborate chain to go for them. You spend 5 heroes to get it. Mini. Mental boom.
What does it mean if this consa is mini now? How do you take it?
Then
do you want to take it?
You ignore it then. You don't. Like, the thing is, if you know it's mini, you will not even bother later on to take it. Like, you get it with control at some point, if you even get it at all.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know it's a big one, then you can consider going for it like on your week 2 spike. And then you can consider, oh, maybe it's worth to level up a pathfinding guy to get this consa. But if it's mini, who cares? Like, why would you bother sending 6-7 heroes for an angel here? Like, that's like, what, 2,000 movement points for Swamp?
Yeah, it's too deep. This is the problem, because obviously while Angel will get a lot of comfort in expansion this week. But
until you get it out, the week is over.
It's too expensive. Okay, but it looks like a good plan for the next turn.
I mean, Might be, depending on what he does now. Especially if he has a chain to get it out. Like, for example, getting the cow dwelling, doing the churchyard, and then getting the army out to do stuff. And then next turn returning the army to do the hive. I mean, Town Gate seems a bit overambitious because it's 10k. And you probably lose dragonflies on the Grand Elves for the hive. But in theory, maybe, I don't know. It all depends on how the fights before that go. How your heroes level, like, for example, your Alkin goes tactics and you decide to pick tactics and whatnot.
But I think this is the only scenario where I would go for the Town Gate. The tactics surprise.
But I don't think you will be forced into going tactics here because you don't level up that much. Like Alkin at level 5 has free reign of his picking. Oh, good Melanda for Fantom. It's not off, but it's still good.
So now Fantom is moving forward.
He's looking at his movement points to make sure that he can fight the gremlins and then return to town. And he lost the lizard.
Yeah, and at the same time Drakonin will take the cow duel.
Yeah, he should. Very good unit.
So is it so easy, obvious fight with Stig, or?
The thing is, if you don't have the basilisks, yes, easy fight, because you can permanently kite them on snakes. With the basilisks, the cows will not go for your snakes, they will go for basilisks. And that makes the fight a lot harder. Like, that's the problem of basilisk, right? The usual conventional way of doing stuff with Fortress becomes more difficult. Like, Fortress has this thing where you chill back with your lizards, shoot stuff, and kite with snakes, right? And then you surround yourself with gnolls. And because gnolls have less value than snakes, AI will usually chase the snakes. However, if you have the basilisk deck, you can't cover up everything. So you will have what you have here, right? You see it now too, that the you have this thing where a strong stack, like the 9 cows, they will be like, oh yeah, I could go after 1 snake, or I could kill 3 basilisks. I go for the basilisks. And then they are in your face, and then you're in trouble.
Yeah, the basilisks are just too tasty to neutral troops.
It depends. If you have stuff like the fire elementals here and they can't kill a basilisk, they still go after snakes.
Yes. Especially that we saw that an elemental chose to kill Gnoll 1 stack, yeah, instead of
yeah, because the elemental can't kill the basilisk. It has too much HP.
I agree that exactly. But I agree that the Gorgon stack will not have such doubts.
At least not early on. Like, as long as it's 9 Gorgons, they will go for your basilisks every time. Okay, that's smart. He understands the problem is 1 takes the basilisk off. That's very good.
Yeah, and marvelously supported provided the support hero to help up with this chain, and it's a really strong play from him.
Oh, you should have an easy time getting the. I mean, that works too. Interesting way to go for the box, I guess. It works.
I'm really impressed.
1 morale.
Yeah, he got bad luck with morale, but, this positioning, it's so well thought.
It works.
I think, at least for me, this is typical way how you take this.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Two snakes.
I mean, you bring 2 snakes because you can't afford any more. You would love 3-4 snakes just to play around morales.
Yeah. Yeah, but I meant the Gnoll positioning so that they do not reach the 3rd level layer of hexes, 3rd from the top, so that this Gorgon is played this. So yeah.
Yeah, this is good. That cow, even if the cow doesn't have possibility to kill this Gnoll 1 stack at any point. So this is how it should be done, basically.
Yeah, that is pretty much the base. I think there's even like I think a Xenophax guide or so. Someone made a silly guide on how to abuse Hydras, and it looks very obvious, right? That's pretty much what it is. You just abuse the AI, valuing the one stack of snakes over the gnolls. What's he doing now? Is Alkin going out? He bought all these snakes and he's going up.
But what about upgrade of snakes? This is
Not happening,
no
it
upgrade.
seems. I guess no. It's sad. Probably he's not going for the hive then. Because without the upgrade snakes, you can forget the hive. I mean, he's less. Like, he won't be doing the hive this turn anyways, because he only reaches the churchyard. However, I mean, if he wants to go for the hive, he sets up Alkin there now, gets the army out, does stuff in the snow zone. At next turn, he returns the army, upgrades the snake on the way to Alkin, and then he does the hive, right? If he wants the hive for this. Like, you pretty much would end 1-1-4 in the swamp on Alkin doing the hive, if you want to go for the hive play.
50 Grand Elf on average.
Easy for Alkin, especially if you get snakes and wyverns.
I think you need both.
You can get both. Like, you get snakes now and wyverns next turn.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have cows, which are speed 7.
Yeah, you're right. Alkin cows will reach in second turn.
Yeah, and turn 1 you block everything with snakes. And you have, I mean, it depends on how much stuff you bring, right? If you bring like cows and wyverns, you cannot block everything because you also have nodes and lizards. Now that I think about it, it might make more sense to build cows than wyverns here.
Yeah, but it is a little bit problematic because you will not have we will have 3 or more of the elf stacks, and blocking them all and just 3 Gorgon stack will have a little bit hard time, to combat it. Probably it's possible, and probably he has a plan for this, but
I mean,
I
don't
would
think
fail,
it's-
I'm sure.
I don't think it's that hard. As I said, like, this is what Alkin does, right? This is what Fortress is about. You find the range guard, you block them, you destroy them. That's what Fortress is about, right? Like, that's what you want high defense, fast, tanky units for. That's what the whole setup is about. That's what the faction is about. Tanking and being fast. Well, not with everything, but with the stacks that want to block stuff.
And by the way, the churchyard is played by the book.
Yeah, it's by the guide.
But I think he lost one lizard in the process. It happens sometimes.
It shouldn't here it shouldn't happen though, because you have like this overkill of army. You have way too many lizards and way too many nodes. So if you lost a lizard, there was a misplay somewhere. I'm not paying too much attention.
Or very low roll with first shot of lizard.
No, I said he has 60 nodes. You usually don't lose a lizard here. If you at 18 lizards, yeah. I think he was hit by a zombie stack at some point after he shouldn't have been hit. It's not world ending, it's a bit annoying, of course. But considering
I feel a lot of players are paying too much attention to the small losses, which are, of course, to some point important, but it's not game breaker.
I think it depends on the situation. Like, here you have a cow dwelling and you have a very strong army, right? You have double the army, you have cow dwelling, you have basilisk dwelling, you have a hive, you get boots. Here it doesn't matter. If this was like, you don't have the very tempo heavy start, it would be important. And he's going for the hive, I think.
And pots of speed is actually first
It's
big
even
difference
more,
in mirror. Yeah, Crack, sorry, I interrupted you.
I would even support more your thesis, Czilera, that small losses do not play such a big role, since we don't have AIs. Yeah, if we have to fight computer players in the start of the game, this one lizard here, one there would make much more of a difference. Here, it's even even
I
stronger to
always
get
think-
experience, get gold, get boots over a few lizards.
In my book, it's more important to look at those losses depending on when you go into your objects, right? If you lose one lizard here, one lizard there, and then you have a 116 hive that you want to take, and that you can't take because you bled, well, that's where you lose the game, because your opponent will be able to do it then, unlike you, because you lost a lizard here, a lizard there, and a lizard there. If you have a very tempo-heavy map like here, where you can do your hive on day 4, well, then it doesn't matter.
Well, but here it was a lizard for a price of 1 level for Alkin, yes? So it's better,
here
One
it
more
was-
level armorer is stronger, yeah?
No, but
Then
here it
one
was a
more
lizard
lizard.
for the price of not paying attention, because you can get the level and not lose the lizard.
Yeah, well, that always you can argue about. Yeah, that's
We
fine.
get still more army. There is this Basilisk Duel, also flagged, and
Yeah,
then
that's
Alkin will
perfect.
proceed.
Yeah, that's perfect for the hive. Like, you get even more meat. Like, perfect case scenario: you go into the hive, you lose those basilisks in a big hive, and you're enjoying life with the good fortress units.
Yeah, the Basilisk will serve their purpose in this
Yeah.
way.
They tank.
And this what we see now with these bots of speed. This is my feeling. This is first big difference in Mirror, because Fantom
is.
will not go for these bots.
Yeah, but that's on Fantom. Like, you have an easy churchyard. If you don't go for it, that's on you. Like, it's not that the churchyard was behind marksman or something that bleeds your army very heavily, right? So if you don't go for it, your mistake.
This is kind of his philosophy. He doesn't use any guides for churchyards. If he goes into churchyard, he's doing this like he feels.
I mean,
So
I do that myself too, that I tend to go and then have silly running around and I start sweating and where's my 100 turns and oi. But that's not a reason to... then you just try to wing it somehow, right? And then you lose a bit more perhaps, but you still have to do it. It's not an object churches are not an object you can ignore in my book. Like, there's too many minor artifacts that are too strong to be ignored. It doesn't have to be boots, which is a very big example. It could be a flail, a shield. Still huge, right?
especially with double hero scenario.
Yeah. Here's what I meant, right? You have Drakonin, who's now expanding all directions, right? He didn't focus on one zone. He opened up another zone here, and then he has still the option to return. Oh, he goes like that. I thought he might be going for the town there, but no. He now returns here to the snow and gets the town in the snow. Makes sense too.
Yeah, the Snow Town will be Mage Guild probably also.
Yeah. It's a reasonable guild to go for. With the grass, you're not sure that it's Rampart. It could be Castle as well. Yeah, getting here fast is good. Now, so far I like how Drakonin plays it a lot more than how Fantom plays it. Like, by a lot.
This is what should be expected, that Fantom gameplay is a little more chaotic. He benefits with if there is plenty of objects to chain and timer is getting to be bigger and bigger factor. This is where he feels the best.
But that's the problem though, right? If you place a template that is tempo heavy as Andromeda, and where you shouldn't run out on timer on Andromeda most of the time before you get to a stage where it's really critical, right? So you should be able to capitalize on your better early turns, for which you pay with timer, right? It's about, do I get enough advantage out of my timer here that I wasted or used before I run out? And on Andromeda, you should most of the time be able to do so. Oh yeah, Fantom has 30 minutes timer saved up, but the game is over and he lost.
Yeah, you are right. It's more valuable to become stronger than to save timer, of course. Because
always...
the game will be not so long.
It depends on both. Please don't go Basilisk. Oi,
Why Basilisk? Then, because Basilisk, in order to go forward with cows, I think.
Yeah, but this doesn't
But you
give him this
Yeah, but
option to attack elves, yes? That was the
Yeah,
point.
you need these snakes. Without these snakes, you can forget. I mean, you can still do it. You bleed lizards. It's okay. Still worth it, but it's so much worse.
But he can still do this
Yeah, he can still do it, but it seems a lot worse to me. Like, in my book, snakes are a lot better.
Yeah, it's
Like, you don't need basilisks for cows, right? Like, basilisks are just more meat here. He just gets even more meat.
yeah. If it isn't a big hive, I would even save the cows from it.
So what does he... Okay, now he gets snakes or what? Seems so weird.
Yeah,
The
I'm
problem-
also not sure how he wants to do this.
Like, the problem with basilisks is they don't reach turn 2. I mean, they do, but they have to be perfectly set up, right? Like, you need to be exactly ahead. And then you don't go faster, so you only reach after the Grand Elves had the second turn.
Is it likely that the snakes would get focus from Grand Elves?
I mean, yeah, they will, but the snakes don't survive for too much, right? They still only 7 snakes against 50 Grand Elves. Well, we'll see what he does. I mean, so far he's been playing it well, so I have faith that he will not mess up too much here. What does he do now?
By means of economy, it's very stable. It's already 10k saved.
I mean, he got a lot of gold here. That's very good for him. Also nice resources. He can also get the orcs for even more of the resources he lacks. Like, he should have an easy time going with Mage Guild for now. Like, he can start at this point and he'll have an easy time. Yes, snakes. He's debating, I guess, between... Oh, yeah, snakes. Snakes are correct here. Good. I'm still not a fan of the basilisks, though. In my book, it's...
Exactly. Why basilisks previous turn?
In my book, previous turn, snake, and now cow or wyvern. Probably cow. But we'll see. Yeah, you know, he gets all these snakes. I mean, it's a decent stack with the basilisk, but...
This is what he's thinking now. Is this fight so easy? Or not really?
If you have 6 cows and dragonflies, yes. No. I mean, let's be real. Worst case scenario, right? Even if the fight doesn't go too well, you lose some lizards. You lose like 5, 6, 7 lizards. For that, you get a hive. Totally worth. Like, it's not like you die to the hive and then you exchange your meat units against your late game power stack pretty much, because you're playing Fortress. Wyverns will be your late game power stack.
If I look at the setup above the town right now, I'm just thinking, does it make any sense to go to Hive?
Yeah,
and then just allow Alkin to run for the Consa.
Oh, for the Consa. The problem with the Consa is how to get it out. You don't have enough heroes here to get the angels out.
3 heroes and 1 in the town. Still not enough. And you need to count for Consa 1 or Consa 2, so it's
depending.
Too much risks involved.
I think he's getting a bit scared of the hive here, which I kind of understand. Like, it has to go clean, or it's not pretty. But yeah, he's going for it. Good. Right.
What is going on?
I guess he wants to level offense. I think he wants to level up offense before.
To tell you the truth, like, of course I'm nowhere near Drakonin's level, but I would be afraid of a horde of Grand Elves. Like, the value of a hive is pretty high. But of course, as you've said, there is a plan to tackle it. But maybe he exactly wants to level up Alkin a little bit more.
It's basically 40 to 50 elves. It's not that scary.
Yeah, it's like, the thing is, you have a lot of guards which would be way worse to tackle for a hive here, especially as Fortress.
So he wants to do it next turn.
I don't like that.
With cows, for example.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense to get more army if you're not feeling comfortable, sure, but it's slow.
Yeah, exactly. It's slow, and I don't like. Sometimes you are preparing for the maxi scenario, and when you get mini, you are a lot behind.
I guess actually it's not that slow, because he would end his turn here with Alkin anyways, right? Alkin would end his turn in the swamp either way, right?
Yeah, so
So he can just do it at the start of next turn, then get out. It's pretty much the same result. I guess he needs to get a hero out though for the chains.
In the same town, Fantom scouted some Konsa with easier access. In the wasteland
Is it
zone.
already the treasure zone, or do I see it correctly?
No,
Yes,
that's
yes,
a
yes.
What do you mean treasure? Oh yeah, on Drunker you have like treasure. You don't go. Wait, yeah, you have treasure zones from your 3K zones too. I forgot that. I always in my mind is Agnosta where you go
Yeah. So
3K AI treasure, but no, you can have both.
But by means of template filling, from my perspective, Andromeda or Nebula is closest to Nosta.
Yeah, it is. It is. Pretty sure about that.
Okay, so Fantom approached archers, 3K archers.
So
He just
here-
saw losses and accepted instantly.
I mean, it's okay. He almost sent out, but here he could have saved the meat. You just go on like 2 Wyverns and throw magic arrows, or you go with 2 Wyverns and 5 Centaur 1 stacks, and it's fine. That's like one of the big things with Fortress. You have this early tier 6 stack that can take on 3K range units without problems. I feel Fantom is not fully utilizing that ability that he gets from his faction here, but oh well. Yeah, this is AI, right? Or is it? There's like a big major artifact. Looks more like an AI zone than treasure zone though. Depending on everything else.
This is one of
So
the
he-
thing. One of the things that is sometimes misleading. It's everywhere 3K guards. Maybe it would be a little bit better to differentiate, but
I think that at this point it's easy to differentiate by looking at the content of the zone. Like you see in the rough zone, you have a lot of low value stuff, right? You have like the ore pile, the sulfur pile. You have nodes guarding something. You have rogues guarding something. You have a lot of low level stuff, right?
yep.
So it's very likely the AI zone. While a treasure zone will have a lot of high value stuff, or at least mid value stuff. You won't have random ore piles and sulfur piles on the ground. Like you see the treasure zone here, right? Picket, campfire, elves guarding a bunch of stuff. So you can see, okay, that's not a AI zone because all of those things are higher value.
Okay, so Fantom is playing fast, but I must say Drakonin is also a very fast player. And
Yeah. I mean,
what
he's
we said,
I think Drakonin is playing a lot, like he gets a lot more done here.
it's more consistent in a way.
It is.
Like Mirlanda
Yeah,
is
so,
going forward and fighting, while Drakonin is utilizing this army to a big range. Okay, so this fight against Hive Guard will be very interesting.
No, it shouldn't be. It should be fairly easy. If he set up properly, it's... So, did he get
Okay.
something or is he just going for it? He splits cows. I kind of get behind that, okay?
And
No
he's-
knolls. Okay, no knolls.
No.
It makes sense. Knolls take a long time to reach. It should
Yeah,
work.
makes sense.
No, I like the setup.
Okay. 60, so it's the higher range possible. The
Yeah, but this is fine. Like, look, he's chilling here. He already has them blocked now. This snake defense, then cows block the 3 upper elves, and the other cow blocks the 2 bottom elves, and you're totally good. Like the
Yeah.
8 elf hits the snake now, then your cows at the top block the big bunch here. Oh, they don't! Oh, he doesn't reach. One of the elves gets to shoot. Oi, he doesn't reach.
oh,
I
so
thought you-
it's,
Oh, this is
So-
bad.
two stacks are shooting in this
Yeah.
setup.
I think he miscalculated as well, but they shoot the snakes for whatever reason. That's good for him.
Yeah, that's very good.
In my book, the Gorgons would reach one farther.
What? How hard is this snake? So he took one double shoot from Elf, still alive, and
Yeah, that's the power of these snakes here. Like, let's Beastmasters on. Oh, he lost the cow, and yeah, the fight didn't go well. Like, he didn't play it optimally either in my book. Far too many
mean,
elves got to shoot.
it's not clean, but acceptable.
I mean, it gets the result. It's done, right? Like, you lose a cow. Oh no. Who cares? Like, as sad as it sounds, who cares? You do a hive now, right? Like, you get the good units of your faction here.
Okay, so we go to a big hive.
Perfect.
Perfect. This is perfect.
That morale was bad, but okay. Yeah, at this point, maybe even Q here, I'm not sure. I guess you could try to lose Basilisk.
I would accept auto combat.
The thing is, you want to keep one stacks. If you lose all the nodes here, you're out of one stacks.
Yeah, this could be problematic for the rest of the week.
Game, yeah. Oh yeah, look at this. Like, that's an army now, right? Like, that's actually a good arm. No.
Well, a cow makes a perfect one stack. You know.
Yeah, and so does the
not-
Basilisk, right?
Yeah. And not everything will kill it, yeah? So. But totally worth it, yeah.
Nah, the thing is, they have more zones. They get one stacks from there. So once you're out of the swamp, it's fine. Then you can use the gremlins, the centaurs, whatever, right? Like, you get other one stacks going.
Yeah, and the biome, the starting biome for him is pretty clean. In comparison to Fantom, yeah.
Yep, here's the consa done, and everything besides the consa is done, and you don't care about the consa until you have control in my book. That consa is something you can maybe go for with TP. Like, if you have TP and you set up a hero with wisdom to level him up there, it's maybe doable. Or you just do it the easy way with Dimension Door, if you even go for it.
Just a little bit too deep.
Yeah, it's way too deep.
Yeah. But
now,
so at one point, Fantom made a saying popular that your starting biome is not a bowl of cooking oil. You don't have to lick it clean. And here, I think he exaggerated with that because he didn't clean almost any of his starting land, but went very, very deeply for drug.
Is he losing a Wyvern here now? Oh, what am I watching here? So we have now one Wyvern against... Ouch.
How is this possible? But yeah, to be fair, pikes are very good tier 1, yeah.
But yeah, now you have one Wyvern against 10.
The question from chat is why dragonflies are actually snakes?
Because they look like small snakes. Deal with it. People decided to call them snakes, so they are snakes now. Oh. I guess what Fantom can hope for here is a small consa, like a mini, and then he's still fine.
And think about this army he has on Brockfield. Is mini consa so easy?
No, it's a bleedy mess.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the point here, right? If now Drakonin enters here and the consa is 20, Drakonin destroys it, right? He sees, consa 20, I'm having the best day of my life.
Yeah.
Fantom sees 10 and he starts sweating, like, what do I lose here? Can I even do it?
I think with this Brockfield, it's not. If you will do this, you will lose a lot. So you will trade your starting army for one angel, which is on day 6. This is not really worth it.
No, not worth it. Like, day 1 you can do that maybe. Even then it's arguable. Day 2 is still maybe situational, right? Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes not. Day 5, very unlikely it's worth it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, end of turn 5. Fantom is happy because he sees he has more towns.
And he has less wyverns. That's a lot of zombies here. Wait, that's a very dangerous fight Drakonin is taking. Isn't he minus morale here?
Yeah, minus morale could mean minus wyvern.
Not only -1 actually. If you get stuck between 2 stacks of zombies, you lose more than 1 wyvern here. Oi.
I guess he didn't expect so much of them.
Does he have any morale boosters here? No, his hero is neutral morale, so he's on
Pure skill.
pure skill.
Hello, Kniash.
Okay, I mean it worked. If he doesn't minus morale, he's fine. Okay,
Yeah, of
that's
course.
very skillful gaming here. Very skillful. Like, not a single one. Okay, it happened when it was too late. And Earth Magic. Well,
Yeah, that is a reward. But maybe he has plus morale.
no, he minus morale in the end once.
Okay.
Like when it didn't matter, when there was like 2 zombies left.
Yeah, so it's a perfect show of skill.
Yeah, it's showing everyone why he's here, ready to compete, ready to destroy. And he sees Consa now, and it's a good Consa.
Phantom will check it beginning of next turn, so we will know.
I mean, Drakonin should check it as well. Can Nagash reach the town? No, he can't, right?
And
Nagash is stuck.
yeah, he's stuck.
Okay, he now catches up in towns. If he gets 4 taverns, he knows he's stronger. That's a very fun thing on Andromeda and H3DM1, all those mirrors. The what cost for taverns. Like sometimes, like for at least I myself, I get a town, I want to build a tavern, I want to scout. But sometimes you just shouldn't do that, because you will sit there and you're out of wood and you're not having a good time anymore. Because every tavern is 5 wood out of you. And then you, as fortress, you want like wyverns, which is another 15 wood, and
Especially when you play Fortress or Rampart, wood is very painful. And what do you think would be the perfect size of Consa for Drakonin?
20.
For,
I think 20, because if it's 20, Fantom gets so heavily punished for his plays, he can't do the Consa week 1 in any way. Like, he can't even dream of the Consa week 1, right? While Drakonin, he can easily do it.
But 117.
Like, but even at that point, like the Consa 20 will, if you do it week 2, will require Fantom to at least commit his Tezar. Because a random guy will still struggle.
Yeah.
Drakonin, if he goes for week 2, random hero who did something, go level up.
Even Nagash.
Yeah, Nagash, get your Earth up. Go. I guess also if you have like a maxi, it's good for Drakonin, because I don't think Fantom can take on a maxi early on week 2. Like early week 2, I don't see Fantom taking it. With Archery Tezar on 1 Wyvern left a cow. Meanwhile, Alkin with 10 Wyverns, 12 Wyverns even, a lot of cows, easy going.
You know, when I think about this, I'm not sure if Consa 3 is even easy for Fantom. He didn't flag both duels.
Actually, yeah,
No.
he might even... He might struggle in 3. He might rely on Mass Magic to take a 3.
Yeah, so he doesn't have this I wouldn't call this meat, these stacks that Drakonin will have next to Wyverns.
I mean, it will be meat, but it will be big meat, right? It's like serious meat stacks. It's not like random garbage meat. I didn't see that.
It was
I mean, it's gnolls. You can't underestimate gnolls. They do so much damage.
it shouldn't happen. When Gnoll Morales, everybody should be afraid.
That's the most terrifying thing when you attack gnolls, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm a super low value unit. I'm so weak," and they go into a stack of 60, and the stack of 60 starts chasing you around. you better pray to Baratorch and every god you know that no morals proc, because if they do, you lose something. That is one of the most terrifying things there is. The big null stack moraling.
Exactly. I have the same fear.
Actually, what? Yeah. What do you think? Whatever Fantom's plan was, wouldn't it be wise now to turn back and try to flag those dwellings? Because like he's lost a lot of stuff. He may be short of making some important objects here. What do you think?
I mean, he has to check the concept. If the concept is mini, then he's probably fine without it. If it's big, he has to go back and get the army done. Like, he needs some kind of army here.
Okay, let's take a look.
I mean, saved. He's pretty much saved here.
But how to make it now?
Like, you can easily do this on probably best ways. Do it week 2 on some side hero. Or do it now on Tazar. That's the two options, right? You can performance Tazar, do it now. Or you do it week 2 on whomever. And I would probably say week 2 on whomever is the better play.
Mm-hmm.
But he goes for it now. It works too. But yeah, this is Drakonin's worst case scenario. If this is big, we discussed before, right? Any size really punishes Fantom for his gameplay until now. Mini is the only size that doesn't. Maxi and 3 are super big punishes. 2 is kind of a punish, and 1 is not punishing at all.
I don't know what will be the final plan, but I don't like sending Tazar over there.
Yeah, Tazar is only correct if you go for it early or it's big. Like what you do, Consa Mini week 2 on Tazar, really?
Yeah. And
like 117 is not even worth doing it anymore because you lose more than you gain. You just do it 1-1 at that point. I don't know, I don't like it. It seems very weak of a play. Oh, 1 second, phone again.
But right now, Tazar is waiting somewhere in the tavern. I'm not sure where Fantom is planning to buy him.
But it looks mostly reasonable that he will go for the Consa with him. But maybe he will find another object if that's what he plans. But he clearly did not go back, to his biome. So he doesn't need the army as you've suggested. He keeps on finding new zones and new objects, possibly to farm.
What I don't like about Tazar going for this Consa is you send him to the middle of nowhere, and potentially he could move forward and make picket, which is next to it. But it will be not possible with few wyverns and 1 angel probably, if this is a big picket.
The thing is, the picket is more about the guard, and then you hope inside the small one because angel can do 1 and 2. Unless you go for monarchs, with monarchs maybe bigger sizes, but then again, it's all about getting punished for decisions here, right? If it's a big one, you get kind of punished for the place before. If it's a small one, you are saved.
Because I still don't know where Tazar will be bought. He's waiting in tavern, and what is the idea now?
I have no idea. We'll see. For me, if I look at this here, Drakon's gameplay to me makes a lot of sense. It's like I fully understand what he's doing, and I think it's correct. If I look at Fantom here, it's all over the place. I don't get it.
In my view, Fantom judged the situation on day 1 in the wrong way. He thought that this hive is not doable week 1.
Perhaps he just didn't expect. He didn't even buy snakes so far.
Which is strange. You always want snakes.
I guess Fantom's plan really is to hope for a very fast guild, maybe, and so that he can then get everything with control, like the Firewalk style. You chill around, get control, pick up stuff, and then with control you explode. Here,
I don't know
seems
if you had a chance to play HDM versus Phantom, because right now, if you see him in lobby, he's willing to play, usually.
I played him. He played okay. High rolled like an animal, as you would expect,
I-
but it was okay.
Exactly. So his gameplay, it's not unlikely that he will lose all the army week 1. But starting week 2, he's able somehow to recover and complete next and next target
Yeah,
and
here
get back to the game.
he is able to recover because of the small console.
Yeah.
But it's still the worst gameplay, you have to admit, right? Like, Drakonin is in so much of a better situation here with what he did.
And, the thing with small consa is you need to build up from this one angel, and at the same time you would like to make some expansion.
I guess it... Wait, what is... Don't tell me he's going for a well on Tazar. What does Tazar need a well for? He's once... No...
So he bought a book for Tazar. This was the idea.
That's okay, I guess, but what now?
Mhm.
What? Huh? Huh?
Gathering sulfur does not seem a perfect idea, but maybe he didn't have good options.
If Phantom is doing this, there will be free consas over there.
No, I guess, honestly, I think his idea is Tazar is not the main anymore. It's probably he wants to rely on Melanda here with air magic. That's the only way I can explain. That he...
Well, this is possible, but he bought him a book, yeah? He poor man him and bought him a book. So, like, he has some plans, yeah, with him.
I think the idea is Barator surprise me, give me some targets, and if targets are
Perhaps.
there, I will just pass army to Tazar.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I'm just checking the auto combat results of this. It's the treasury, right? Auto combat is like, yeah, you lose everything but 3 cows and 3 basilisks.
Yeah. Yeah, quite crazy actually. The losses from auto combat.
Dwarves are horrible to brawl, right? Like, brawling tanky melee units is not a good play. So that's how auto gets its results here.
Well, auto combat will always get a bad result versus something that's good at fighting. But it will get a better result versus something that's good at mobility, yeah? So...
yeah, sometimes... actually, sometimes auto is insane against stuff like Utopias. Like, sometimes you go into Utopia, and auto comes like, yeah, okay, it looks fine. You go in, you cast Shield, you cast Stone Skin, you use 40 mana doing random spells, and you're worse than AI. Like, it depends more, like, auto combat tends to be very aggressive, right? So, when aggressiveness is pays off, then auto combat will usually also get the better result. Like, if you have this angel survive on 3 HP, and you wouldn't risk it because you could lose the angel, but auto combat doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
Nice Suna, by the way.
Utopia, it still matches the idea, yeah?
He Fortress Town as well. Okay.
Right. Very good news on 116 actually. You can think.
You can get more vibrance, you can get Tavern's Vibrance. He also has a very good sword here.
Yeah, and I think it's affordable. With his economy right now, these Wyverns are actually...
Yeah, of course it's affordable. He also has Dwarven Treasury right next to him, behind Lizards, but it's fine.
The one fight where AI performs quite good is also upgraded Harpies.
Yeah, because again, AI just goes in, right? AI doesn't care, it goes in. While we as players try to avoid losses on our big stacks and play around, send stuff here and there, and then it doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. So I think all the examples you have supported perfectly go in line with my thesis. Don't go AI for where your enemy is good at fighting. Go with it when your opponent is good at mobility. Yeah, dragons, harpies, dragonflies.
Are you telling me dragons are not good at fighting?
These all targets. Sorry?
In my book, dragons are pretty good at fighting, though.
Well, but they have mobility, yeah? You can't kite them, you can't, like, you...
True enough.
Yeah.
Look, we have interesting update from chat. Tazar was going to do mini conservatory, but he didn't check that castle doesn't have tavern.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
Well, it's it makes sense. A little bit sad, but
Yeah.
okay. What is the task for Alkin now? And Alkin could also follow blindly into this Konsa, which we know is not a good idea. But
I mean, honestly, it's fine because you
Mhm.
end. I mean, it's not right now. You don't want to. It would be if it was 117, it would be fine because then 112 you end on the console and you know.
Mhm.
At this point, he maybe wants to level up. You want to just level him somewhere. Maybe do the treasury on him, right behind the lizards, or you get him here. All right. So what's the plan? Do this treasury, or go for the? Guess. I mean, he can do 1 and 2, right? Like 20 is easy for him too, so it's fine. If you can do 20, why not? If you had an army where you can do only mini, I would say that's a horrible play. But here, I don't mind. It's okay.
yeah, what I meant is to have Alkin over there for Konsa 2 or 3 on 1-1. Very good, but we know it's mini Konsa, so in Drakonin situation, everybody can do it.
I'm talking more about the basic idea, right? So, if you go there next, like he is on the console on 117, right? And if it's a big one, he can't do it, so he's just wasting a turn pretty much. But since he can do also a 20, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I agree with the level of information Drakonin has available. So he has 60% that the Konsa is doable.
Yeah, pretty much. And if it's not doable, he's at least in the area, so it's... Why not? Being there is good. Freaking lizards. Woodpile, Dwarven Treasury, 31. Every time you go against this unit, it's the value.
Yeah, lizards are amazing, and it happens sometimes that 6k lizards can kill 2 angels.
Yeah, I had that. I mean, it didn't die there, but I had the situation where I had like an Earth Alamar attack 2 lizards and 2 angels. And if I didn't have Resurrect, I would have lost both angels.
Yeah. So I was thinking this cannot happen until it happened to me.
It's such a dumb unit.
It's combination of some morale and low stats on your hero.
Yeah, obviously, if you send like a barbarian or a beastmaster with 2 angels, they don't die.
Oh, this is
Oh!
also very nice. Dragon
That's some.
Tabard.
Yeah, I didn't see
Tabard.
it. I will admit I did not see it.
It was hidden very well in Swamp.
Yeah, someone played challenge maps, right? Turbo Wayfarer experience here. Okay, those harpies out for blood. That's out of morale here.
Of course, what Harpy would do, just try to kill the Basilisk. It's not so easy with Cow. Cow can tank.
Ah, that's a really good thing about the cows. Like all your units are fairly slow as Fortress. Like at least the hitting ones, right? Snakes are fast, but they are not your big hitting stack. But cows can compensate for it by tanking because they have 70 HP tanks with good defense skills as well. Town Hall? Town Hall, huh? I guess why not? I mean, it's a bit late for Town Hall in my book, but why not? Maybe it will pay off.
Yeah, in 116 you already start to wonder if this will bring any impact to the game. Why it could complicate your 1-1.
Exactly. Like, even at the point which the amortization of it is done, you still have to think that the money that I didn't have available until then, couldn't I have used it better?
Oh, what's going on here?
Fight against golems, and it's this is what happens to fortress if
And
you
but
don't have.
there was a misplay already.
This is what happens if you fight as fortress without your snakes. You stop enjoying the
Uh-huh.
game. That's why fortress needs these snakes.
The one thing we could say positive about the way Fantom played, he's 2 turns ahead with Mage Guild. I don't know if it helps, however, because he doesn't have an Earth hero right now.
I mean, he has Melanda who can buy Earth here, but also it's like you want magical tempo even before you have Earth, right? Like you might have to reroll 3 times, you might have to reroll 6 times. Especially if you have to reroll
It's
a
not
lot.
so bad, yeah. Because here we have some of the T4 spells banned, yeah. So
Oh, you do.
Yeah,
6 rolls for tempo. I
maximum
guess.
4 rerolls.
All right.
And with the perfect scenario, with next HOTA update, we will have this guaranteed 4 reroll control spells. Here it works a little bit different. If you remove 5 spells to have these maximum 4 rerolls, in reality you will often have 0 or 1 or 2 rerolls.
And I'll be
The
honest,
chances get increased.
I'm not a big fan of that change, honestly. I think that having more possible rolls, on one hand, yeah, sure, it's more RNG, but on the other, in regards that you go for different guilds, on the other hand, it punches you so hard if you don't roll Earth Magic. Oh yeah, my opponent got Earth Magic on his second slot on Melanda. I didn't. So now I lose the game because we have TP, no rolls. Great.
I kinda like the idea that every town on the map has the same control spells queue, but
yeah, that
it
would
also is not perfect.
And that would kind of make sense, I guess, because you would eliminate the worst case scenarios. Like, I don't think that having 7 rolls is good either, right? I don't like the extremes. Like both 7 rolls and no rolls are very unpleasant to have in a mirror situation.
I think this is good what is about to happen in HOTA update once it's done. It should be blocked between first and fourth roll, so there is no 0 rerolls control scenario.
Honestly, if you're a decent level of play, very often 0 and 1 reroll is the same, because you build reroll. Same day. And then you again get into the situation, oh, we have TP 1-1. My opponent high rolled off, I didn't. I can give up the game now.
Yeah, we could. There are some opinions that shifting this window to between 2 rerolls and 4 rerolls would be better.
For example.
More narrow window with a little bit later control spells.
I think it's a very long discussion that shouldn't be opened up here at some random casting of the game. There's a lot to it, to the whole control issue.
Okay, so what is the plan for 1-1 for Fantom?
I don't know. I don't think he knows either.
This is the big question.
Well,
I
I think he positions himself for the Konsa, yeah. But this Brockhild will be making it. Yes.
I mean,
Probably.
who cares? It's mini. 1-1 army takes mini console, no problem here. But he didn't even build
Yeah,
snakes.
but he does not seem. Yeah, but he does not seem to have a follow-up plan. Yeah, so he will take this Konsa, but there's
Mini.
no.
There's Firebird. There's a Firebird.
Which is well, at this point it doesn't matter a lot. I guess Fantom will do it 1-1 or 1-2 latest.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is another object that could have saved Fantom a lot of pain. But I understand not checking the object.
If he doesn't know it yet, then he will have it hard to take it 1-1 because he is positioned kind of to
walk around,
transfer his army to the Konsa, yeah? And then
however,
has to go back.
Here's the thing: once he opens up his tavern on 1-1, he sees Firebird. He can assume that the Firebird was done week 1, and he will know it's mini.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. As long as the whole army is gonna be transferring over there, and it's not gonna be like joint stuff you buy in the town plus something that's over.
No. Like he
in
sees,
the other
he will see the strongest unit, right? And the strongest unit is Firebird. Unless he does the concert now, then Fantom, he will not know.
Regarding the
but
comment, yep,
Actually,
please
what
continue.
I meant
Sorry.
is that he can take this red tower only as long as he transfers whole army near it, even if he knows. It may be that his army is not in this place. And
I mean,
I'm not sure about
he's
that,
going
but-
for the concert, right? And the concert and the Firebird is on the way to the concert. Oh, but actually, if Alkin does the concert now, Fantom will not know because best unit will be Angel.
And with the Firebird, this picket is a little bit more tempting even.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, for Alkin, that picket is a joke. He will go in
Yeah.
there, he'll have a good time, he doesn't care. He has a lot of wyverns. Does he have a book? I didn't pay attention.
No, he doesn't. That's that's a whole pain if you don't have a book in a picket. Yeah.
I mean, if it depends on the size. Size 1 and 2 you don't care. In 30 you do care. In 20 you care as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is with 20, you don't know if it's 20 or 30. If you knew it's 20, Alkin would take it, no problems here. On Firebird plus Angel.
There is
30 is
argument.
not-
Uh-huh.
It's also doable. It's just that the losses will be
No, like,
unnecessary. Yeah.
I
because-
mean, in 20 you go in with Angel and Firebird only here and they win. In 30
Yeah,
you
that's true.
don't. Okay, you can't in 20, you can't do that because you would die in a 30 that way.
There was a comment in chat that 0 rolls in and 1 roll is big difference because you still need to spend 40 resources in total. But the thing is, Eric, 0 and 1 roll for many players will mean Tone Portal on the same day. Doesn't
that's
matter.
the point. That's the biggest issue with that. That especially if you talk about the strong players here, right? Like look at the resource counts they have. Okay, I mean, don't, because here's 1 sulfur. But very often you will have if you plan around having more than 1 reroll, you will usually have the 1 reroll in you, unless you play like I often do. It you go like, oh yeah, I want to do this chain now. I trade, and then you trade a lot of resources for whatever reason. But if you play the slower walk on stuff style, you'll have no problems with 1 roll most of the times. At least on richer templates. Sometimes you'll have like a 6LM map where you can't afford it because you barely got anything done and everything is slow. But on the faster templates,
6LM have the tendency to be very random by means of resources availability.
yeah, sometimes you go, I have my 5th roll, no problem, and sometimes you sit there and you can't even build your MG free.
Exactly so. So there is already idea how the game will go from this. Drakonin builds T4 guild, 2-3 more turns, game ends. Fantom is blacklisting empty nebula.
Maybe. But the thing is, I'm not even sure if they get to the point where they need the guild. I said, the guild can actually decide the game here. And depending on their playstyles, because Fantom is very ahead on the guild tempo-wise. So if you have like a very late guild and slow expansions, which I honestly doubt, then Fantom is still a good shot at winning here. Because,
Did you notice what were the spells on tier 4 in Fantom guild?
wait, he already built 4.
Okay, and it's Town Portal. We can see this in the overlay.
Oh, disgusting.
Yeah.
But actually,
Well,
if
it
they
doesn't
both-
help him yet. Yeah.
No, it's bad for Fantom. It's very bad for him because he would want a late guild here.
Yeah.
Like, he would want that Drakonin can't get to the TP as fast. But at the point where Drakonin can use the TP, he'll have it. At the point where Fantom can use it, Drakonin will be able to use it as well. Like that's the problem here, right?
I agree. If you build
Yeah.
the guild late and you have TP without rolls, you are not punished.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're not at this point. Even if he had TP, he can't use it. Like Fantom here, right? He has TP, but he can't use it. Great.
And it kind of shows how strong play does it make to actually go for some army, for those duels and so on. It's like probably what Fantom did, due to having smaller army, he could have checked less heroes. Yeah, he could take less fights, especially difficult ones. So less of his heroes were checked in comparison to Drakonin. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe he anyway high rolls because neither of them rolled anything useful. Yeah.
Has he reached the town at all?
I
Or
don't
he
think he
stays
does.
just here.
I think
So
yeah, like this is not going well for Fantom at all. Like he won.
it means he does nothing this turn.
Well,
This is 1-1. Yeah.
Oh, that would be bad if he does nothing 1-1. I thought it's 1-1-7.
It's okay, I think he reaches. But the problem on his side is his economy is really weak. He doesn't have too much gold to afford. On the other hand, what he can buy? Only lizards and gnolls.
Drakonin will have huge army here. Like he is ready. Like he can do pretty much anything besides a top at this point.
Well, and he's not so far from thinking about Utopia.
Yeah, he needs more Wyverns though. Like give him 2 more hives and he can do Utopia.
Yeah.
But what he can do instead now is he can split up like mad, right? He has Cyclops one direction, Firebird other direction, Angel another direction. And he can open up many directions now, and he'll have a good time with that. Especially with the fairly easy guards here. One Firebird has a very easy time against 3k. Cyclops very easy time. Angel even with most 6k is fine. So he'll get ahead very much on the map control itself, which then, well, as you can imagine, will put Fantom even more behind.
Is it so that what Fantom needs most now is to buy Magic University?
No, he can't afford that. He needs to high roll Earth Magic. Like, here's the thing, even if he gets...
He needs.
Magic University takes time,
needs
right?
to take his army back, yeah, to do something
Yeah, he needs
this turn.
to even if he needs to buy Tavern now, otherwise his army is stuck, right?
Yeah.
So he would need Mage Guild 1, 1-2, University 1-3, and then he gets Earth Magic 1-3, and maybe gets CP ready 1-3. But if that's his only play, it's way too slow. He needs to get objects done here. He needs to get the oh god, this looks so bad. He needs to do the
No, but
console,
it's-
he needs to expand. Like he needs to be in a situation where the TP gives him something, right? Having TP is cool, but you need places to TP to and things to do at those places.
What we know from chat is he already built Magic Guild instead of Tavern.
So I guess the next day he buys Earth Magic. Oh, he can't afford it though. He has no gold.
Yeah, how to do this? This will be interesting.
Yeah, and we have the situation that I've been mentioning. Yes, so he bought his army and his starting town, and even if he trespasses by the red tower, like that's only the part of the army. Yeah, the other part is in this conflux town, and without them gathered together, we will not approach it. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
He will buy this Earth Magic. He will gather this additional few Ks. And at least Mirlanda will be ready to.
No, Melanda will be ready to pick up chests and then TP.
Yeah, exactly. To pick up some experience.
I don't like it. I mean, maybe it's the proper play, but look at this. Oh boy. Especially knowing that you can't get control in taubes, this looks so painful. Like, what are you? Don't please, he keeps 8 all.
No, but wait a second. So,
Wait. If he keeps 8 all, does he want to reroll for Resurrect or what?
Not, mhm. I would think so.
That's
but,
horrible.
In on this template,
It's horrible.
like yeah, it's I'm not a big fan of this play. However, if you think of it, like a lot of games on Nebula finish up without close enough. That's you don't DD. You have Town Portal, you have a couple of 2K heroes, take a lot of towns at the end of game.
I don't know, it still doesn't look like a good play. If you start rolling for Resurrect, either you get it in one roll, or you put yourself into a situation where if you get to DD and fly and whatnot, you lose the game because you lost too much tempo on the guild in that regard. Even if you get it with one roll, like you're broke on resources on 0-0 at this point. Like, what's this play then?
And especially for Tower Guild, when you start building Tier 5 and start rolling it, it provides you cool spells in any case. Doesn't matter, Earth Elemental or Fly or Implosion. You will get something from one of the slots.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mage Guild in that sense myself, but we saw plays on Empty Nebula where players did not go for it simply. The Town Portal was enough. Yeah.
And there is funny thing that
for control part of the game.
There is funny thing that Chris is spotted in chat. Fantom was trading in his marketplace, while he has hero on trading post. So
does he have more marketplaces then though? Like does he have 5 marketplaces? I don't know.
It's possible. It's possible. But I'm not sure about
actually just saw. Okay.
Right?
Someone is already enjoying TP here.
Yeah, so Nagash is working better with High Road Earth than Midlanda.
I'll be honest. I think this game is over. It will take some major blunder here from Blue to lose the game.
Mm-hmm. He has very big advantage right now, but also he doesn't have clear targets for next turns.
He doesn't need clear targets. He has TP. That means he can use Nagash for a turn to just throw around his army all over the place, right? Bring a Firebird here, bring 8 Cyclops there, bring an Angel there. And that allows him to open up a lot of space within a very short time. Like to do the same with OTP, you would need long chains, bring the army all over the place. He doesn't need to do that. He sends one Angel. Look, he goes to the Rampart, one Angel here, one Angel there. One Firebird here, one Angel there. 2 roads opened up, 2 more zones. More objects to take. That's something you can't do with OTP because you would need to.
Yeah, the thing is with this army, when as soon as
I also think the lack of targets doesn't hurt him all that much. Like he can start with farming some gold. Yeah. This doesn't hurt him that he doesn't have anything super exciting to do on 1-1. And there's always this picket that he can try to take if he fancies so to have even stronger army.
I mean, if you are able to take next 3 or 4 zones in next 2 turns, or maybe even more zones,
massive.
You will find targets.
Exactly. And also you contest those zones, right?
Yes, exactly. But for taking those zones, you need some gold, yeah?
You don't need much. You need a hero and a thing you can split. That's all you need. You need like a Firebird on a hero or an Angel on a hero, and that's it.
Okay, and sim turns are finished. I don't think they will extend at this point.
Honestly, 1-1 is way too much sim anyways. At least in my book, but at least for a fairly serious situation. Okay, he did buy the Earth Magic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now he's pretty broke. Like, yeah, sure, he can TP now, but what next? Like, what?
And it's I wanted to say that this is good news that this is maxi object, but
Does he lose a Wyvern here? This looks like he has to use mana here, I guess.
yeah, he must use mana.
You must. I guess you throw magic arrow at liches,
Yeah.
right? Oi! Ow! 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 Pain! 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 It kind of worked out, I guess, huh? Well, this
It's
is-
good XP for Mirlanda. This is what she needs desperately right now, and also Fantom needs golds desperately. So
Yeah, it's good. The fight went. It went okay. Somewhere it looked as if it could have gone worse, but it went okay. One lizard is fine.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it served him a good purpose buying this army in his starting town. This army did anything useful.
I mean, it
like
will-
farming a gold
He
or
needs it
something.
now. Like he will chain out now, right? Like he combines armies now to do the.
Yeah, but he bought it yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, because he had to
So,
start
yeah,
chaining it yesterday. Like the army doesn't
Okay.
appear. Buying
Okay,
the
so
army
he
doesn't magically
He didn't
transport
have a
it.
full chain. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I mean, you need to buy a hero with
No,
army anyway. So just to create the chain, to start the chain at least.
So yeah, it looks like Cesar is full war shock now, right? He does nothing. He's just picking up random stuff here. Which is kind of sad. But I mean, that's what you get for Cesar, right? Like either you high roll him or he ends up as guy picking up resources in some off-road zone.
Well, that's one thing, and the other thing is how he played the starting zone.
This army is.
Yeah. If you want to use Cesar fully, you need meat, right? Like warriors need army. Without army, warriors are not useful. Like while mages rely mostly on stats, warriors rely mostly on having army, and Cesar is no exception. Like you can't do stuff with spells in Cesar, you need army, and he doesn't have it. Like what, 3 wyverns?
Yeah, if you imagine having exactly this situation, and let's say you have Tazar approaching Konsa 3, it's not really easy.
It's not doable. Like this army doesn't do Consa free.
Yeah, you cannot make a sustainable block with 3 wyverns just to keep the lizards safe.
Yeah, I mean, you just get jumped apart turn 1 here. I mean, with Mass Slow, maybe. Like, if you have 20 mana, Mass Earth, then yes, sure. But without that, I don't see it. Like, look,
Oh yeah,
evil-
mini Konsa is good news, but what to do next with in Phantom position, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, he's so behind. Like, and the big danger here is that Drakonin started already splitting, right? He will capture zones, and if he captures zones, he goes through to the other side. So it's very likely that Fantom, who's a lot slower on that regard, will get there on his angel that he gets now, just to get met by an angel, 10 wyverns, and the lightning bolt to the face.
I think it's usual problem if you don't have a big army, how to split it. And this army is not really splittable. Of course, you can send an angel, but other than this, you need this army to make next objects.
Yeah, you can send 1 angel, and you can send the firebird if you get it, and that's it. And I guess if you do it, which you probably can't even do, is you can send the cyclops. They would work too. But that's it. Like, if you recall the other, like how much cleaner this went on the side of Drakonin. Like your armies aren't even comparable at this point.
By the way, did Draco build second wyverns, or he just saved the money?
I don't know. Honestly, I think if he saved, it's more about saving wood than saving money.
Yeah,
I don't think he needed them, honestly. Like, there's no big reason to buy them.
it's also my thought that you can do this, and you will be a little bit stronger, but probably you can invest money in better way.
Yeah. I mean, it's only 2 wyverns. I guess it's kind of 4 wyverns, but it's 4 wyverns for a lot of gold resources.
While probably you can make every size of object with Alkin.
Yeah, at
Anyway.
this point, I mean, Mexiconsa may be scary, but it's probably doable. At least if your army is combined. But yeah, that would be probably the worst case scenario for Fantom now if they find like a big Consa, because he cannot do a big Consa.
And when Phantom will be ready to do big Consa?
If he finds other objects before that, like he has to find something else to do before he can do big Consa. Like he has to find the hive and do it, or he has to do the picket maybe and then get mass slow and then it's okay. But right now he can't.
Well, some XP for Mirlanda and maybe some good damage spell.
Does he have stats? He doesn't have stats. Like it's Drakonin who has all these stats. Drakonin picked up 2 all and the +3 head. Look at Miranda's stats. Good damage spell, lightning bolt for 3 spell. Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't look easy at least.
No. The only option I see him doing a big object is if he manages the picket somehow, which he probably won't even go for. Like picket and then you go like Cyclops, mass slow. Well, then he can do a big concept perhaps. Well, that's a perhaps.
Hello Sudoku, they play normal timer, 8 minutes turn, but both play very fast. Phantom is, you could say, also punished for fast gameplay.
Honestly, I think it's not even fast gameplay, it's just pure autopilot. Like, he doesn't even think at all. He just goes. He just... Brrr.
But I honestly think that the big difference is just the plan for the starting zone. It made big impact.
I mean, yes, but also Fantom has a lot of fairly bad execution on his map. Like, the Wyvern loss is bad, a lot of minor things happened, right? Like, his army, even for the average week 2 army, is not good.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is minus Angel, if he doesn't get lucky. This might be minus Angel, if he gets unlucky. 1 bad stone, all the... Yeah, oh god. Minus all pikes. This is scary now. Morales can lose the Angel. That works. Barely though, barely. And he can't. There's very good content on the other side, but he can't go through the ice. Oh,
and he can see Drakonin. Yeah.
And he... Ay.
Too late, Mr. Phantom.
It depends. I'm not sure what was there. Is that where a split is going? If yes, then it's not too late yet. He brings full army. Yeah, this is correct. Get the archers, get the Vyrons.
Easy, yeah.
Genie dwelling, real. Wait, is he serious? That's a very risky play.
Well, and what is the idea for going there instead of taking?
He wants to take the
zone.
town, I guess. But that's so risky. Like, imagine Drakonin has view air, right? He sees that. He scouts it, he kills, game over.
Yeah, pretty much. This is the play, very risky.
But it's not totally unreasonable of him to do risky plays, like he's behind. But I think it's. I mean, it's not what I would do as well.
The thing is, if you do a risky play, you need some worthwhile reward if it works, right? If this risky play isn't punished, what does it give to him? What does he gain? Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, to fight over a swamp zone, which will be even if.
Oh
even
god!
if
He got too close. Yeah,
Okay.
he sees him.
Mhm.
He knows the full army's there. He checks taverns. He knows he's stronger.
So to pass all the troops to Tunar, it just works.
Yeah.
But it would be also risky. I mean,
You have to check taverns and see that you're stronger, and then it's considerable, I guess.
yeah, if you see the stats, yeah,
Exactly.
then,
You see the stat difference. You see it's on a hero. Like strongest hero is total garbage.
mhm. The question
Especially-
from chat: why bother having any timer at this point?
Because
Usually
the
you
timer
don't
in
have
the
this
late
much-
game.
Yeah, but usually you don't have this much timer in Nebula. I don't know what is your experience from Andromedas, but
I mean, I'm a fairly fast player myself, and the thing is, like I said, early on you save up the timer, and then once you get to full control, it starts going away really, really fast. Like I wouldn't have 40 minutes here, but I would probably be more in the lines of Drakonin with 25 minutes here.
uh-huh.
And then once you get control, you lose like 15 minutes per timer each turn, and then it really starts pressuring you. Yeah, like, okay, he even sees that the opponent is broke, right? At this point, honestly, what you could do is combine army, get monarchs, punish. Not even sure if you need the monarchs. You could just combine army and punish.
Yeah.
Like, you can even step up with this. Actually, can he step up sooner?
I think Drakonin realized the situation. He's just not a big fan to just collect all the troops and go into this direction to punish Fantom.
Yeah,
He had completely different plan for the turn.
yeah. Now he has to decide: does he want to abandon the plan or not? I mean, I myself would abandon now fully. Like I would be like, oh yeah, sure, I can end it here. Go. I'm not saying it's the correct play, it's the best play, but I think it's viable and decent to do so here.
You could always complete all the targets you had for this turn and just defend in this fortress town.
Yeah, that works too. Even though
I mean, it's empty turn for Fantom
Honestly-
in best case.
this looks more, however, though, as if Fantom wants to go into the treasure zone. Then at the fortress town, like you go into the other treasure zone could also happen, right? He checks your air,
Yeah.
he sees opponent is defending, so instead he breaks seaman and gets 2 treasure zones away from you.
Mhm.
And you honestly don't want to lose 2 treasure zones. I'm curious though, how will he decide? It's a very heavy commitment, and he doesn't know that that the game ends at that point, right? Like,
Exactly. Having all the informations, it's easy to say just go for it. But in Draconin position, if you see you have advantage in every field, why risk? Why not just play stable?
yeah.
I just wonder
I mean-
what Tuner will do in the end in this turn, because he could either go for these heroes or go to this treasure zone to the left.
I feel that the main issue with not punishing here is that you give 2 treasure zones to the opponent. If those treasure zones are good, that could lose you the game.
Yeah, it's 2 good treasure zones is completely enough for Phantom to have some way of returning.
Yeah, especially because you don't know that his situation is this bad, right?
Mhm.
You could expect him to be at least doing fine. Like worse than you, but doing kind of okay.
Yeah, I must say I cannot get past this decision to just ignore the duels in starting zone.
I mean, this is like we discussed this in the early on, where I was like, yeah, it's the obvious play to go for the hive as well, right? And for you, for example, it appeared as if it.
Oh no.
Also, say for you, it appeared as if it wasn't. Ouch! 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 Rip Firebird. So maybe for him, it wasn't the obvious decision to go for the things you read. Maybe he just misjudged what you would need.
I mean, but to just flag this Gorgon duel and Basilisk duel, it costs you almost nothing.
It costs
And
you chains. Like he wanted to expand as fast as possible, right?
This he achieved.
Yeah, he achieved, but you see how it ended up, right? He ended up with less army, which resulted in him not being able to expand as well as he would have wanted to. Like at this point, he's getting very punished for it. Like he's getting out-tempered in every regard, pretty much.
It is not the kind of generation where you just make Consa and go to Dragontopia.
Yeah, exactly. You have to work for that Consa and to find it. Wait, is he something? How can I be? No way he goes for the stockpile though, right? Okay, that's scary, man. Stockpile is scary, I won't lie. Oh, Nagash has only 25 mana.
No problem. Fixed.
Oh yes, the mana he needs, I guess. What's... Oh, there's a mana well. Oh, that's...
Yeah.
What's that? That well is so disgusting, actually. What is that well?
Quick fix to the mana problem.
Wow, that one...
Yeah, but if you end up like even on 5 towns, there's a good chance that you will see some.
Wait.
Well, to save you.
I mean, there are good wells, but this well is just... Like, that's 200 moves.
Yeah, fantastic.
Or 300 at best.
Yeah, it's even 800, 900. This is still very nice.
Oh, this, like I said, this well, how much do we move? We walk 2 on the road, 1 down, 1 left. Yeah, that well is 350 moves. That's nuts. You can hardly have a better well if you're honest.
If it would go to any kind of late gameplay, there's also always a cool play where you just give 1 helmet to 5 heroes.
Yeah, you give all your artifacts around, step on the well, give it to the next one, so on and so forth. Naga Bank, huh? I think Naga Bank is more reasonable than the Picket. The Picket looks a bit painful. Like, this is not Alcon fighting the marksman, right? This is some random guy with 4-1 stats.
Yeah.
That's not a good fight to take.
And you don't have mass slow after this fight, probably.
After Nomads, however, you should have it, but Nomads will not be easy. Actually, they will be, wow. Oh no, you won't have mass slow. That makes the Naga Bank... Actually, I thought you could go for the Naga Bank with mass slow, but without mass slow, Naga Bank... The bigger sizes are a bit questionable, to say the least.
Size 3 should be fine, size 4 is problem, the maxi.
I think even size 3 is really bleedy. Like, who does damage? 8 Cyclops? They kill 1 Naga. 12 Wyverns? They kill 2 Nagas, if even? They don't even kill 2, right? You have 4 attack, no offense.
Well, there is 7 SP. That's always this.
Does he have combat spells?
There is Chain Lightning.
Oh yeah, let's chain lightning into Naga Banks and hit us. Yeah, he doesn't even go for it.
Okay, so it was just some XP for Nagash and...
Okay, now is the question, will he go for the... We can even buy more Wyverns. He built the Wyverns after all. Will he though? Is the question.
This is what I noticed in Drakonin gameplay on many occasions. He likes to buy these T6 duels, but he doesn't buy the creatures, and he just believes at some point they will earn the money they costed.
I mean, it depends on the T6 creature. With Wyverns, I fully understand it because Wyverns are a bank unit, right? If you were
Okay,
to
but-
say like, if it was like I don't know,
But
Nyx
if
or so.
If he goes
He's
to
going for
attack,
this.
then trading some, resources to buy extra wyverns would make sense.
No,
probably.
actually, I think he wants to keep money in case he has to surrender out or do stuff like that. But this is over. The game had just ended.
Like 1500. What he will surrender for
No,
1500?
no, like he wants to have money in case, like if he sees, oh, I can't fight this, I have to get out, then he can trade still.
Ah, okay. Then there will be less to buy out. Yeah, also that makes
Yeah,
sense.
exactly. Like he doesn't know what he's running into, but yeah, the game here is over. Let's be real. This, like, Fantom can't surrender out. He loses Angel. He loses army. Oh, he can surrender the Angel, but now he's broke and this dies. And now Drakonin sees it and he's probably like, huh? What is that? Combined army? Is that not combined army? What happened here?
It looks like a split. Okay. What to do now, Mr. Fantom?
Retreat to lobby is what you do now. I guess what he could try, if he didn't lose so much army as now, he could try to somehow punch it with Miranda, for example, right? If Miranda was ready, he was a bit faster, he had a bit more. Like, if he was in a slightly better situation, like his Miranda was expert Earth, he had spells, had mana, then he could try to punch through her, but he can't.
Yeah, even reachable wizard or Landa or whoever would cause problems to that army. Like do damage even with just one stacks. Yeah.
But he would need spell power or
He's
something like that.
Not
like-
in a position to do so.
Exactly, there are no stats anywhere on Phantom
Like
side,
what-
so how to punish?
Yeah, like what are you punching with 3 spell power chain lightning? Wow. You kill 2 wyverns or so? Waste your entire turn. Good trade for Drakonin.
Yeah, the thing is, Drakonin will save some army from this fight, whatever happens, even if there was much stronger hero than a Lagar, while Phantom stays with one angel.
Ouch. Ouch. Rip
I wonder
notes
if
now.
Phantom will want to continue, because he takes his 1000 point challenge really seriously, so he's
Yeah, but, you
really
know, if you-
greedy for points.
If you take the 1000 point challenge seriously, you get out of here as fast as you can and get your
Yeah.
points somewhere else.
And have
Yeah,
another
sounds like
game.
a smart plan. We will see.
Yeah, rip entire army pretty much here. He really wants to kill the hero, right? He's trying to make it so that he can't surrender out anything. Yeah, trade lizards for the entire army. Now he can even run back so much. Ouch.
Yeah, he was able only to kill the lizards. It's nothing.
Yes, he can now check Tavern and sees that the opponent has nothing. Like, if you press G now, you see, like, Serpentfly, best unit.
But does it mean he should push further into the portal? No, it doesn't matter. GG.
GG, yes.
Okay.
over.
Let's
Right.
try to get players for quick words after the game, if they are up to. Let me check. I'm sure Fantom is disappointed with the display. At the same point, Drakonin should be fairly happy with his game. At least I enjoyed his perspective.
He did pretty much what you would expect, I think. Like, good gameplay.
So our host Vanitas, I will message players. If you could direct them to the to our room, it would be nice. I had one question to Drakonin. Why Basilisk? Other than this,
That's
it
the
would be
one.
really nice.
That's the one thing I can't get my head around either. Like, on that particular day, snakes, and the next day either cows or wyverns seem so much better. Maybe just wants to have this one big cohesion stack that's together, but I have no other way to explain it, honestly. Besides that, I really can't complain about anything in Drakonin's gameplay. About Fantom, there is a lot of things to say. Ignoring the whole zone at the start. I kind of get that you don't go for the Grand Elf hives because you think it's not good losses.
Hi
Okay,
guys.
Drakonin,
Hello,
congratulations
Drakonin.
on your win.
Thank you.
Congrats, good display. I liked what I saw here.
Yeah,
Well done.
few mistakes only that didn't matter at all. So maybe that Firebird, but didn't check the HP at all.
Yeah, the Firebird was. I mean, it didn't matter at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I never know if this game ends here, but I just lost it and I have to continue anyways. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
Yeah,
Shouldn't happen, happens. Whatever.
Yeah.
Game continues.
zombies are too tanky. Too good unit.
Too strong, too powerful.
Ah, that was good game, I think.
Yeah, I like the execution of the hive early on, even though we all discussed it. Why did you go for the basilisks for the hive?
Because I think I needed meat for Maxi in case.
Yeah, but
happens.
wouldn't cows have been better? Like cows are much
Yeah,
better
but
against the.
I went with cows and with the basilisk. Wyverns are useful, yeah, because 2 wyverns are no damage. They would be good for the Grand Elves maybe, but in the hive it's just losing them. I'm pretty sure, so I just went for the bigger power stack in case of the
Of the max.
Maxi.
No, I get
Because
that.
If Maxi happens, I have to back off. I lost on archers, and then I have to go back. Yeah, so it's like I lose a lot with this play. So
Oh,
Hello,
I get
hello.
it. Hello,
hello,
Oh,
Phantom.
Hi.
Tazar Chef.
Tazar, no. Mr. Drakonin, why do you wrote that you say Tazar Chef and after that you pick Alkin? What do you mean?
To gain the mental advantage.
Oh, mental advances. But
worked.
everyone knows that Alkin is chef, Tazar is trash, no?
yes, Alkin is chef and Tazar is chef and picking up resources in stronghold zones, right?
Yeah, of course. Why not? Yeah, Tazar pick resources. But yeah, I do very big mistake here that I don't split only Angel, but I go for this zone with all army, and Drakonin just killed me. I guess only Angel will be better. I can surrender too.
But this was your whole army.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So not the only big mistake happened here.
Yeah. I lose one wyvern. I don't know that commentatorka see that, but I lose one wyvern.
Yeah, we saw.
Yeah, you lost Wyvern, you didn't pick up dwellings, you didn't do hive, so Draconin was way ahead on army.
I thought about this Gorgon duel, but Hive, it's Horde Grand Elf.
What? You have dragonflies.
Yeah, dragonflies, and I lost only one cow and.
And I think.
And gnolls? No gnolls.
No,
Few lizards? Few lizards
I
and
think-
dragon
Yeah,
flies.
dragonflies, one cow, and I don't even think you lost lizards. They shot dragonflies.
okay.
Oh,
And I think
maybe.
if terrain was better, you don't even lose Gorgon. Like you had this turn where Gorgon didn't reach the.
Yeah,
bunch.
I didn't count, and I thought that it's reaching there, but with that reach, it's no losses at all. But Without that, I had to lose one because I got blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is my first time on NT Nebula. I'm not a good player of template like this. So yeah, Drakonin is just better player. I thought that you built Mage Guild in Rampart, Drakonin.
No,
I
no,
thought
tower.
about that too because of Magic Well and Pure Town Portal on Nomads. But I guess you always build on tower.
Yeah, I just went for tower.
Fantom, how do you rate this this template in comparison to other let's say mirror templates that you play?
I personally don't like that because I like very fast templates. But I guess for someone who like mirror, which is balanced, it's okay. But it's not super tempo.
Mate, we ended that game faster than you end the firework, yeah? It was 1-2, 1-3.
Yeah, but
It was pretty fast, I would say. 2 hours, one game on mirror.
I mean, it was fast because Fantom died.
yeah, it's because of that. I
Say.
need to training this template more. Maybe I will play it more on streams. It's not that bad. It's kinda like H3 DM1, but larger and with best roads.
Maybe try this after you get bolt.
Sir, what?
You get bolt. Because 10 days challenge ends soon, yeah?
Oh, yeah. But look at the lobby. All the lobby want to join me. It's empty firewalk from Gura to Do. So,
Boosting power.
Isn't
Yeah,
that the
boosting
usual
power.
guys just trolling around?
yeah.
You need some points now, I think.
Okay, anyway, the Drakonin, congrats. You played this map 100% better, so you deserve to win.
100% multiplied by 0, it's still 0, right?
100% multiplied by negative is bigger negative.
Yeah.
We really enjoyed how Drakonin played this game around the first hive and then forwarded from this point on, while Fantom ignored this hive. This was the big difference to the gameplay of both guys.
Mhm.
So, in any case, thank you for your performance. It was nice to watch.
Thank you for commentatory, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
And
So
thank you
thanks,
very much
guys.
for
Thanks
joining us
also-
for the interviews.
Thank you all guys for watching. Thanks Crackbrained for commentary. Thanks CragHack.
Alright.
And Fantom and Drakonin, thank you for the game. It was extremely fast empty nebula. And well, Fantom was punished by Drakonin, in short words.
Yeah.
Sometimes
And
happen.
let's say to everyone that Wright to Mirror Casino 2 is started, so everyone can join. You are welcome.
Yeah, Mirror Casino 2 is starting in 1 week time, and we will have one more show match before the sign-ups end. So yeah, visit H3GG and sign up to Mirror Casino 2. You are all welcome.
Yep.
Okay, thank you guys.
Right.
See you next time.
Thank
next
you.
time, guys.
See ya.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Halo, dzień dobry, witamy serdecznie w drugim dniu superfinału One Minute Madness.
Witam wszystkich, spotykamy się na meczu o mistrzostwo dywizji drugiej.
Witamy wszystkich bardzo serdecznie. Niedziela wieczór i humor wspaniały, dlatego że witamy serdecznie na kolejnej odsłonie H3GG.
Największe turnieje w grze Heroes of Might and Magic 3. Najważniejsze informacje o meczu w każdej chwili. Aktualizowane na bieżąco kluczowe elementy rozgrywki. Analizy szablonów i komentarz od fanów, dla fanów.
Ała! Dostał nawet małale na tej wiwernie, ale teraz.
Co tu się dzieje? Co tu się dzieje?
No to co, to jeszcze jeden dwukołowy.
400 on ma.
18.
Zapraszamy Cię, drogi widzu, serdecznie na transmisje turniejowe H3GG, gdzie znajdziesz największe emocje oraz najciekawsze rozgrywki. Od fanów dla fanów. Chcemy, byś się bawił jak najlepiej. Kto wie, może następny turniej będzie organizowany właśnie przez Ciebie.